I'm a king. I pay for everything.
There's a lot of people in the top 15 and in the top 10. It's not just my teammates.
I think it was just engage. He hit like truck.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Inside the Cage, where we bring you the latest and exciting updates of UFC. First, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Sean O'Malley's candid talk on open relationship, as you have heard the high stakes of the latest win over Sean O'Malley. But guess what? The excitement doesn't stop at the cage because there's a new buzz around his personal life. Man, it's pretty unbelievable. You know, he's got some unexpected rules ruling the roost at home too. So it's not just inside the cage where he's calling the shots. In a podcast, he shared the statement from his personal life. Justifying his unsymmetrical rule, O'Malley proudly proclaims that he treats his wife like a queen and shoulders the entire financial burden of the family.
I'm a king. I pay for everything. I treat Danny like a queen. If I get a little puss on the side, what does that have to do with anything? I got testosterone running through my veins. That's fucking simple.
It is quite interesting that the UFC fighter who's been making headlines with his knockout performances in the cage is now revealing a whole new dimension to his life outside of it. And guess what? His fighting prowess had the internet buzzing. It's his candid take on relationships that's got everyone talking about him beyond the octagon. Certainly, Sugar Sean is showing that he's not just a force to be reckoned with in the UFC world, but he's also a conversation starter in areas you'd never expect. Ian Machado Garry embraces teammate factor in welterweight rankings. Here, Ian Machado Garry trained himself alongside the big names of UFC. It is an honor for him and my friend. He knows how to keep ropes. At Kill Cliff FC, he made his skills sharp and took some tips from Gilbert Burns, Shavkat Rakhmonov, Vicente Luque, and even the part-time presence of Kamaru Usman. In a world where some fighters shy away from facing their teammates in the cage, Ian Machado Garry takes a refreshingly pragmatic stance. However, the real point is that Garry doesn't rule out the possibility of fighting his teammates if circumstances demand it.
What happens if we have to fight each other?
There's a lot of people in the top 15 and in the top 10. It's not just my teammates. It's not just people I've trained against. If that's the case, I wouldn't fight Wonderboy because I've chatted and I'm friends with Wonderboy. If that's the case, I wouldn't eventually, inevitably, if Leon is still the champion, fight Leon because he's a friend of mine. I've trained with him. No, it's not an issue. But the truth is, I can absolutely try and weave my way around people that I know and friends of mine if I absolutely want to.
Furthermore, Ian Machado Garry is aiming high as he looks ahead to his future battles. The buzz is that he's hoping to lock horns with Stephen Thompson in his next fight. He wants that clash to go the full 5 rounds, but the story doesn't end there. Gary's got a game plan mapped out for what comes after that. Although he's keen on avoiding facing his teammates, he's also keeping an open mind. If the situation calls for it, the Irishman isn't shying away from competing against his training partners. With an undefeated pro record of 13-0 and a recent victory over Neil Magny under his belt, Ian Machado Garry is carving his path to glory. So keep your eyes peeled for the next chapter in Gary's exciting journey through the octagon. McGregor's strong reaction to YouTuber's imitation attempt. Once again, McGregor is back with his bold statements to remain in the limelight. Recently, he claimed that no one else can do what he does. A social media sensation called Matt Does Fitness is commonly known for his crazy feats of athletic mimicry. This time, he decided to walk in the shoes of none other than the Irish phenomenon himself, Conor McGregor. Whereas, he didn't just mimic the yacht and whiskey side of things, but he took on McGregor's intense training and eating routine with a dash of proper number 12 whiskey thrown in. Later on, he came out of it with a newfound appreciation for what Conor goes through. The video of his escapade racked up 1.2 million views, proving that fans love a good challenge. "Thanks for the effort. Stick to your day job. There's only one Conor McGregor," the Irishman said in response to the video. Speaking of McGregor, he's been quite the headline maker despite not gracing the octagon for over 2 years. The former champ hasn't shied away from making noise, practically calling out every fighter in the UFC universe. But the latest target of McGregor's call-outs might surprise you. He's aimed at none other than Tony Ferguson. Talk about keeping the pot boiling. It seems McGregor's words spare no one, and the world can't help but pay attention to his every move. "I'm gonna end you badly. I've not forgotten." McGregor replied to a Ferguson training video on X, formerly Twitter. Furthermore, the McGregor saga just got another plot twist. Remember how everyone was gearing up for his comeback at UFC 296 on December 16th? Well, guess what? UFC President Dana White and the man himself, Conor McGregor, seem to have pumped the brakes on that one. McGregor's got some strong words, blaming the Nevada State Athletic Commission for putting a damper on his livelihood. So what's the new game plan? Mark your calendars for early 2024. This is the point when McGregor's anticipated return is pointing. Moreover, he's yet to make his way back into the USADA testing pool. You know, that required 6 months of screening. Now the clock is ticking and it's not slowing down for anyone. The Octagon suspense is now getting on fans' nerves, and here we're all on the edge of our seats, waiting to see what the Irish superstar does next. Guys, we'd love your support if you're enjoying the video. Just hit that subscribe button to motivate us to bring you more exciting content. Khabib reveals the toughest UFC hitter. In the recent developments of UFC, Khabib Nurmagomedov just let us in on a well-guarded secret. You see, the Eagle isn't just a legendary lightweight, he's a walking encyclopedia of fight history, having taken on and triumphed over some of the biggest names in the MMA realm. Just think about the famous champions of UFC Conor McGregor, Dustin Poirier, and the list goes on. Eventually, he's got a shiny spot in the UFC Hall of Fame, making him part of an elite club of fighters. During his retirement, Khabib sat down for a heart-to-heart on the PBD podcast. He shared his fight experiences in a very light mood.
I think it was Justin Gaethje. He hit like truck.
Justin Gaethje.
He hit like truck, but it was one thing what breaks him. Like when he hit me, like I remember it was right uppercut and left hook. Like it was his best shot in the fight. And I told him, like, brother, this is everything what you have.
That's what you told
I
him?
was talk with him, like it was conversation inside the cage. I like Justin Gaethje, you know, like, and I was talk with him, like after this combination, I told him, brother, this is everything what you have. And end of the first round, he started to like tired, and I told him, brother, this is jet lag because you come to Abu Dhabi 1 week before the fight. I'm here 1 month, and I know what is this, where I was after 1 week. Because this is like desert, you have to be there like at least couple weeks before the fight. And I know myself, like 1 week before, 1 week when I came, like I cannot sleep.
You might remember the showdown between these two fighters in October 2020. And while he emerged victorious, it wasn't all smooth sailing. Gaethje dished out some heavy artillery, delivering shots that even Khabib admitted were the toughest he'd ever faced. In Khabib's world, that's just a testament to his ironclad legacy, right? DWCS, 2 UFC champs who nailed it. Last but not least, there is Dana White's Contender series, DWCS, which started as a regional stepping stone for up-and-coming prospects and has evolved into a real-deal pipeline for UFC greatness. Believe it or not, it's even churned out a couple of UFC champions. Talk about a game-changing transformation. First up, we've got Jamahal Hill, the trailblazer who turned heads by snatching the UFC championship belt after a gutsy win against Glover Teixeira at UFC 283. His Sweet Dreams moniker proved accurate as he fearlessly swept his stuff against some of the finest light heavyweights in the world, ultimately securing that title. But hold up, the spotlight isn't fading just yet. Enter Sugar Sean O'Malley, who had superstar written all over him even before the colorful hair and vibrant wardrobe. He had a vision, and he made it a reality at UFC 292, where he brought the house down by stopping Aljamain Sterling. So the big question is, who did it better? Was it O'Malley seizing gold after his 9th UFC victory, or Hill, who blazed through to champion status with just 6 wins under his belt? And wait, what about their prospects? MMA Junkie's spinning back clique is mainly led by Brian Garcia, Nolan King, and Mike Bone. In a while, this panel jumped right into the ring for all debating which DWCS graduate truly stole the show. All right, guys, that's all for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. See you at the next one. Until then, goodbye.